on the speaker. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now in the typical Hakavanot, we're on page Kufayin Tes. And we're going to read, we got to the bottom. Yispor Inyan Heter Chazivuk B'Shabbasis for Rosh Chodesh B'Mei HaSvira. So if you're in Katniss, how is that working? Inyan Kol Hamem Tes Yamim Shal Sviras Omer. Going on, reading at the bottom, it says, Adaki Chazivuk Ashecha Ba'oza Meshavasas V'Yom Rosh Chodesh Iyar, specifically. Which yichud at that time is mutter. Notice Shezman hazivug shel adam atachton, he says, so it really goes together with what's going on up above. But the kach, so therefore, so therefore, during the weekdays, that's what we say for ordinary people. You have the yichud during the weekdays. Acharat shechein oz naasach alamala yichud Yaakov Aleah, because that's the time of the yichud of Yaakov Aleah. And he goes on and he says v'leil Shabbos achar chatzos shehu zaman yichud Yaakov Rachel, but after chatzos, leil Shabbos on Shabbos, who's zaman onos tamidei chachomim. So during the days this year, we're bringing mochin to Zeranpin. And he says, what else? Let me see. He says, what else? He says, because then when they start during the Chag HaShavuos, you're going to get the ultimate. And that makes ultimately a yichud that takes place at Shavuos. So since there's no yichudim that are taking place during the ordinary days of the 49, so how? So we were talking about the yichud that happened to do with Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh only. And that's because the Talmidei Chachomim, their time is on Shabbos. The Rosh Chodesh also, Name Yesh No Din, Shabbos is the same kind of din, the Indian owns Talmidei Chachomim. So he said, there's also a yichud that takes place, as we need to explain. He said, when called Zos and Nano Zivug Gamor Shal Godless, but even so, it's not the same kind of yichud. It's not a yichud of godless. He said, Ki Adayin Zer Anpin, so the Katniss, because Zer Anpin, of course, does not reach is still in Katniss during this period. Kaniska the Era Be'inyan Zivug Lil Shvi Shal Pesach. What is that? I can't believe that this is happening. It says me. I don't know where it is. One second, Rabbi. I have to call you back because I don't know where this song is coming from. Wow, that was weird. No, it's not dialing. There it goes. Well. Okay, we got you back? Got lost just like that. Where are we anyway? Okay, I got you back. I don't know where that music came from. I couldn't stop it.
I tried calling a couple times.
I know. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I'm not sure exactly where we were. The interruption just all pulled my mind away. We're going to go to number base. So he says, "Im kol zos anen zivu gamor shal godlus ki adayim zer anpin besoda kadnas keniska the elu beinin zivu leil shvi shal pesach." We talked about it. Beilach hayam yeshto gam zivu gamor ulam ku anen bechin zivu gamor godlus shezach yaase rak biyom chagashvuos achar shulush yushlo b'cholikones beza kol bechin zamochim. As we had talked about the Gamosh Yavor that was explained. All the Yuchugim that take place in these al derek masha kasav de bezivik leil shvi shal pesach, it goes like that. The ale and reish drosh zer bir harav zal shebiyom shvi shal pesach yesh bechin zivuk. There is a yichud that takes place then. Kaven Shegavuchav Nikdusach Bezer Anpin Hamoch in the spheres of Chachma. How could it take place? Because Mochem and Chachma have already come in. Amma Kaven Shechadayim B'Dochad Nishtam B'Dekala B'Zah Kala Mochem Shalom. But it's a Chachma of I guess of Kadnas. The Chain Chu Rak Bechin is Zivug the Kadnas B'Dochad B'Zivug Gomor. Of the Sheyesh Bechem Shinoi Kitzas, but there's a little bit of difference here. Kafi Bechinas Medregas HaMochim, according to the different levels of the moksha, because different levels of mochin come in. Kaniska the el yesh kilo beinyan zivugim atachtoinim, and the asib meshik mechat svira. Why? The fi bechinas hamochim shegavor nimshkul the zer anpin adhena, because all of the mochin they came into the zer anpin up until this point. The shlomin the kanas kulam ad chag Shavuos, they continue to come in until they reach Shavuos. So there's always something different. I'm going to explain this. So when actually the mochin come in, that's the chag Shavuos, that's the mochin of godless, all the mochin. Shemizdavgim zer anpin v'rochel b'kol kumul gadluso. Gomoshe Yisbar v'drosh Shavuos has been explained in the drush on Shavuos. For the Indian Hagiluach, so now he wants to switch over to a different Indian, the Indian that we talked about originally, previously, the Indian Hagiluach about shaving your head. Really, I guess he means getting a haircut. But Mem Tes Yanim Elu Lo Choyamori Zecha V'Gadlech Rosho Ala Be'erev Pesach Ve'erev Chag Shavuos. So that's between those two times. He went 49 years without cutting his hair. V'lo choyim v'galech v'dach b'yom rosh chodesh Iyar, not then. V'lo b'yom leg ba'omer, la omer, he says, b'shum ofen. Min b'rav zach v'shadol gilach as rosho called yemechas svira klal, ad erev chag Shavuos. V'shlo kadeus ha-poskim, and not like the thinking or the opinions of other poskim, hamuvoim that are b'shulchan aruch, that are brought over there in the Shulchan Aruch. He says, "Amatir his galeh b'chelik mimei hasfira." So there's certain portions of the sphere you could. But he didn't until Erev Shavuos. Aflo barosh chodesh Iyar v'yom lag ba'omer. Also, either one, he didn't do it. Inyan lag la'omer. So now he calls it either lag la'omer or lag ba'omer. So it goes both ways. Also behesped. B'tainis over the Filas Apayim. So this is like a little holiday. Maske levayer inyan yom lag la'omer. Lag ba'omer. Shuhu yom simcha k'tzas. V'aser behepse b'tainis over the Filas Apayim. So these things we don't do. Makdim tehidach levayer inyan mea omer. So let me talk about just the days of the omer in general. Rabbi Akivah read is that the death of the students of Rabbi Akivah, so that actually happened at that time. That should not forget this. Hamismatkim biyamim ha'ela. So what's actually, they're 320 dinim, that's heavy duty dinim, but they're sweetened during these days. Communion the Omer, just like the gematria of the word Omer. He said, for example, Gavarnis Boyer La'el, he said, we already explained, Ki Yimea Sfira Hem Yimei Din, Besod Shach Dinim, Shehem Shorish Kol Dinim, Baha Omer, what's the Behuga Bimatria Shach? So it comes out the Omer, so when you're saying that the Al Sfiras Ha Omer, is we're counting the Omer, but the mentioning at the same time that these are days of the Shach Dinim, and what's happening is that each one of the days we're bringing sweetness into those 320 dinim. That is all memtes yomim elu b'bechidas katnas. So katnas goes with dinim. So he says, what do we got here? He says, Tam ayos yomim elu yumei din. Lefi shebiyamim alalucha b'zer anpin hu adayim bebechinas katnas. He's still in the bechina of katnas. Mifnei shechadayim b'dach nishla v'lekanes bo kol hamochim shelo b'shlemos. Okay, v'chakatnas hu bebechinas dinim. Ad bo yom chag hashvuos az nishlamim lekanes bo hamochim u'bo bebechinas gadol. So let's get to this now. So once you understand that these are days of Katnas, then he said from this we can understand the Indian of the Mitzvah Esrim v'Arbacha v'Arbaim Aleph to Midah Rabbi Akivah. B'Yom Ha'Eila v'Chatam Lama Pasco L'Mos B'Lag B'Omer L'Omer. And that's Lag L'Omer. The Rav is saying Lag L'Omer and the Tiv is saying Lag B'Omer. B'Zecher Shemardachav She'eilach Yomim Hem Yemei Dinim. Yizboyer Chatam Mado B'Yomim Ba'edim B'Meso Esrim v'Arba Elef to Midah Rabbi Akivah B'Gam Ma'adura Pasco Melamos B'Lag B'Omer. So why? So we're going to explain as he goes along. And he says, V'zecha b'lashon ha'gemara, shnaim aser elef zugim, he calls them zugos, or zugim, or zugos, tamidim hoyu loch the Rabbi Akivah megevas ad Antipyrus, he calls it Antipyrus. V'kul loch b'meisach b'perek echad. Now, I don't know, I was thinking, I don't know where Gavis is. Antipyrus, I thought, was in what we call Turkey today, but I'm not sure. But at any rate, they were spread out. But they all died at one time. It's not like in the mirror where they got 5,000 guys in the yeshiva in one building, or etc. They were spread out. The world was empty, destroyed. And he taught them. So now I know that there are different counts. Maybe there's some mistakes that I read previously, but they're Rebbe Meir, Rebbe Yehuda, Bar Eloi, Rebbe Yosef, Rebbe Shimon, and then Rebbe Elazar ben Shemua. There was also Rebbe Nehemiah that's mentioned in other places. I don't know which is which. So they're the ones that established the Torah at that time. Tana kulam b'meisa b'pesach adatzeres, but and nonetheless is so. What was this? Ba'osa sha tana kulam b'meisu. They all died between Pesach and Atzeres. Daki Rabbi Akivah. So let's talk about Rabbi Akivah. When they were originally in the Das Zer Anpin, which is the Shorish of the Gevuros. He's the concept of, I don't know, the concept, the neshama of that. Hamisha Gevuros Yesh Bechem. So the 5 Gevuros, they have Shnei Bechinos, 2 different Bechinos. What are the 2 different Bechinos? He says, Ha'achas hi shorsham ha'nimsech b'mulach hadas atzmo. So let's remember this, try to understand it. They have a root, they're still attached to the root, I guess. V'ha'sheni si his pashtus and the mata b'guf v'dazah. V'shorsh nishmas Rabbi Akivah, So that's where he's at. His root is at the place of the bundle of the gevuros that are still in das. Okay, the command mavur, so therefore later on is explained like this. That the root of his, so in other words, he's the root of the gevuros, he's at the root of the gevuros, but the root of his soul, it's not the same as the source of the five gevuros, but really, his shorish is really not in all of the five of them, but in only one of them. That's in the gevura, which is number 5, which is called hod. So, okay, understand that hod is a big deal over here. So he said, so the Zer Anpin, he gets all the mochin. But so inside of this hamshacha, of the mochin, there are 4 different kinds. There's the moch chochma, moch bina, moch sad das, moch gevurz das. Rabbi Akivah. So when we say this, the secret or the root of the neshama of Rabbi Akivah, who mishorish hagavura shebedas, who be mishorish hagavura shebedas, the bechinas amochin dekadnas. So this is true whether we're talking about mochin dekadnas, the be mishorish hagavura shebedas, the bechinas amochin dekadnas, or we talk about that. Kamosha kasantach le'era be'indim Moshe Rabbeinu alav v'shalom. Moshe befanav, and Moshe had free from him. That was talking about the yichud of kindness. So there's something over there too where we're talking about that. And we had the idea of that red doe or the hind, as the article translates. The el reish hadrash the erik arich hadrash arich. Arecha Rabasod Inyan the Das, Bir Bezecha Inyan Mate Moshe Shenehafach the Nachash. So over there we talk about that. V'inyan Kriyas Yamsuf. Over there we talk about Mochin the Katnas. V'hintach Benoidik Yeradas the Katnas. Gamhu Kalev Chazad the Gevura. But let's remember this. It's just Katnas, but all the parts are still there. Muach Hadas Kalev Me'itra the Chazad Ve'itra the Gevuros. So this also exists in katnas. So now these 2 crowns, and we'll finish up at the end of this. I guess we'll have to. You want to see what they look like? They're the name Elokim with a milui of Aleph. Elokim the Chesed, Aleph the milui. The milui ha-hey shabo hu betzir yud vav yud v'shelo gevura betzir yud vav dawet. So the hays, it's Elohim's, but there's just Elokim's, but there's just slight difference in the formation of that middle hay. Keniska the Ere bedrash rishon be'inyan shtei kosas the leil pesach hashlish v'revicha v'ayin sham shamos amochim the das the katnus. Haim Shemos Elokim. So he spells it out now, and we're going to come back to this place as a starting point next time. Mitzvah Hashem. Shemos Elokim b'milui alafim, and then he shows us all of Lamed Vei, Lamed Vidal, etc. El Shebeshem the Itrach the Chasadim, but the name of the Itrach the Chasadim also Os Aleph the Milui Ahei. The Os Aleph is written at Yud Vav Yud. Of Hashem the Itrach the Gevuros Os Aleph the Milui Ahei Hu Betzir Yud Vav Down. Okay, we'll come back to that place, and let me just close this up and make a mark for myself here. Why is it I can't find anything? Where is my mouse? I know it's... Oh, I got the wrong mouse. Oh, gosh. Here we go.